Okay. So now he shot him, he moved across the room, and then he came back. So the only thing that's really different is the stepladder. But what can I do with... Should I move it? He won't notice because he's not looking. Okay, now I can go over here. So now I can access the other hat, which I still feel is relevant with the helmet. I can jiggle it. Okay. Then I can bring the ladder back. Yes. I don't know what switching the hats is gonna do, but they're just the only two things that are similar enough to swap. So it is what I must do. No, not the... What? No, I don't want to swap the book and the hat. I want to... Actually, maybe that is what I'm supposed to do. I can't even... Oh, I can't even... Wow, that's a little bit of a trick. A ghost trick, if you will, making me think I'm supposed to swap the two hats. But because of the way the knit hat fell, I'm supposed to swap it with the book? Okay. Then what? And then it... Okay. And now it's in the same shape as the helmet, right? Hey, now that I'm looking at it, that hat is the same shape as the helmet. Okay, alright. I got it. Fuck! Yeah, okay, go. Do the thing. No. Don't let any... No! How do I... Fuck! How do I do it without anything else getting in the way? Okay, it wouldn't let me swap. Dude, come on. Dude, it doesn't let me swap them. Do I jiggle it again? Fucking ass. Man. No, if I jiggle it again, it'll just fall again, and it won't be that shape anymore, right? Unless it falls on his head, which is what I thought was going to happen, and land on his giant hair. I mean, switching the hat and the helmet is obvious, and they even said it. It's the same shape. But it's super hard to even get them to touch, but even then... Yeah, look, I did it perfectly, and it won't let me switch them. So what am I supposed to switch the knit hat with? Wait again. There's not really much waiting left to be done. I feel like it's over. I feel like I'm... Yeah. I mean, what else am I supposed... Oh, what? Okay. See, that's what I was trying to do with the explosion, but you didn't let me. Ah! See, something like this is what I thought would happen with the explosion. That's why, yeah. This is also what happened with the Mino statue, so that's why I thought that. The bullet is hanging in midair between the gun and the inspector's forehead. Now's our chance. See, Missile's got that precision. He's a great guy. He's in the bullet. What do I swap with the bullet? It's our only hope. There's got to be something here with the same shape and direction as the bullet. I never saw a bullet before. It has such a cute little shape, doesn't it? I can check out the bullet shape on the top screen. I'm supposed to swap the hat with the fucking bullet? Really? I guess I couldn't swap it with the helmet just because they're in different positions. Wait, do I swap it with the helmet or the knit hat? None of them are in the same position. That one's... Well, it's showing the picture of it tilted, but in actuality, I guess it's not. I don't know why it's showing it like that. Yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, what? Why are you telling me this again? We just went over this. Stop it. Did I wait too long? How would he not notice that happen? Whatever. Yeah, did you not notice he just got hit in the face with a hat instead of a bullet? Wait, what? Why does he not notice that he just got hit in the... What? What do you... Did he not notice that there was no... What? Did it all just happen too quickly? He just saw him fall over? He didn't notice him getting hit in the face with a hat? Didn't notice no blood? What? Whoa. Okay. This man's mentally handicapped, apparently, and I guess that... He can't tell. What the fuck? I don't think that makes sense, but okay. You did it, Missile, because this guy's retarded.
You did a fine job, little one. You've saved another life. And I'll keep doing it too. Over and over.
You little champion.
What I saw in just these 4 minutes gave me all the answers I've been looking for.
All our research these past 10 years pales in comparison, right, Professor? So you two were working together. That's about the size of it, yeah. Who would believe a story about a manipulator? So we pursued it ourselves, just the two of us.
I'm quite a crazy character myself, after all.
Okay, let's hurry back to our time.
We have to rescue Miss Camilla.
You're right, Missile. And there's a certain guy I have to follow, too. I really don't get how that is supposed to fake his death. At all. And I guess just hitting the ground and knocked him out. After completing his revenge on Inspector Cabanela, the man in red left, and now a new story is about to unfold in a new present.
How are you feeling, you old crazy character?
Hey there, Prof. Yeah, we're both alive. I see. Yeah, nothing like it, baby. But I don't know if I'm getting old or what. I've got a few aches and pains here and there. Used to be a little thing like an explosion wouldn't bother me.
Yeah, right, like I'm going to believe that. So what, the guy in red is gone, eh?
Just in case, I posted special investigation units all around the building. Let's just pray the boys come through for us. Yeah, your shit's all broken. Damn it, you picked a bad time not to listen to me, body of mine. Well, it looks like both of their deaths were erased. Unfortunately, in the case of the Inspector in white, I can't call it a complete success. But in any case, these two have the information I need to start tracking the manipulator. I'd better talk to them. Okay? If I knew things were going to end up like this, I would have tried to die in that explosion, baby. That way I could have been dancing after Big Red by now. I might be able to erase deaths, but it's true I can't do much about injuries. But really, you shouldn't talk that way. Yeah, sorry, I suppose you're right. I just hate feeling so helpless. He was right there within my grasp. All our plans were resting on tonight, and then this had to happen. I guess he's thinking about his spotless record. It's not too late, Inspector. We still have a chance. Maybe I can catch him. Say, you're right. That's not a bad idea. I'll cooperate with you fully. Go ahead and fire away with any questions you like, Mr. Ghost. That guy mentioned revenge. Revenge against the people who stole his life away 10 years ago.
He's a fool. He's the one who made the decision to take that little girl hostage and he wound up dead. He only has himself to blame.
But what about when he said this? I was murdered by all of you. Detective Chowderford, yeah, all that nonsense. What you did to make him point the gun. Yes, 10 years ago on that day, a special investigation unit was working on a certain big case. We hauled in a young man and an important witness to our investigation. And then I did it. I made two very stupid mistakes. Detective, I'm telling ya? God damn it, guys. It's still very few compared to the Phoenix Wright games, but how do you even make that mistake? How do you make that mistake? I don't know anything about it. Fine. You're under no obligation to talk, of course, but if you don't, the Special Investigation Unit can make the rest of your life a living hell. But I just been assigned to the Special Investigation Unit, you see. They didn't share much info on big cases and was a newbie like me yet, and I wanted to impress them. It was only supposed to be a simple matter of taking a statement. But I was too green. I pushed him too hard. I drove him into a corner and made him lose all hope. That was my first mistake. Then I made another mistake on top of that. Cabanela, got a minute? Chief wants to see you about your report. Got it. I'll be right there. You stay right here and be a good boy now. And that's when I did it. I left it behind in the interrogation room. My gun. What a fucking idiot piece of shit.
How could you?
He used my gun to escape. What he said is true. If I hadn't made that mistake. But again, like, oh, you left your gun there, so it's your fault that I took it and escaped. I mean, both of you are idiots. He never would have had a gun to point at Lynn in the first place. I only pointed a gun at her because I had the gun, and I only had the gun because of you. He's like the ultimate shirk responsibility from himself. Oh, holy shit. Like, that's actually hilarious. I want to see more of that. It's pretty funny. We first found out about the manipulator's existence during a certain overseas communication. And that kind of fit, again, like, I just think of Phoenix Wright, and I could easily see that character in there, too. Somebody that you get on the stand all the time, and they just completely do that. I want to see more of it. It's funny. For national security purposes, this country keeps tabs on the communications networks. This particular communication was about making a deal with a certain foreign country. Just like backpedal and backtrace everything you ever did until you can put the blame on somebody else. That's pretty good. He said he wanted them to buy him and his powers. That's how we first heard about him. Of course, we didn't know what he looked like at the time. And in order to prove these powers of his, he gave them 2 predictions. He foresaw 2 completely preposterous, impossible cases. The case of a man who would sing national secrets during a live rock concert broadcast, and the case of a man who would take the chief commissioner hostage in his own office. Those 2 inmates at the special prison, eh? Yeah. We kept tabs on their communications and launched an investigation. Then finally we pinpointed where they were going to meet tonight and staked it out. That restaurant, the Chicken Kitchen. The manipulator plans on leaving this country tonight, on a submarine that belongs to the other country in this deal. Submarine? But we haven't been able to find out where it's going to surface. It's terrifying to think what would happen if his powers were to fall into their hands.
Right, highly unlikely they'd use them for peaceful purposes.
And now they have that little girl as a hostage. Camilla. We have to stop him before he leaves the country. Okay. This spotless record of yours, is it really that important to you? Of course, baby. In some ways, it's more important to me than my life. Than your life, eh? After all, it's because of my record that I'm able to get my hands on all intel as head of the Special Investigation Unit. And because of my position, I get to direct all aspects of the investigation into the manipulator case. The manipulator case? That's why you cared about your record so much? Of course. Why else, baby? Well, alright. He's an okay guy. He's just a bit of a time waster with his dancing. I didn't care that he confessed. There was definitely something more to the story. Some secret. I did everything I could to climb the ladder. Everything in my power. And then I finally found the answer. It took 5 long years, though. The manipulator, he's going to prove that Jad is innocent. What incredible determination. There's one thing I just don't understand. If you were so determined to help Detective Jowd, yeah. Why didn't you help him escape from prison? That's an easy one, baby. Escaping from prison is a crime. I wasn't about to help him commit a crime after spending 5 years trying to prove him innocent. And he himself asked to be executed, you know. As a man of the law, I had to make sure the execution was stopped legally. And that's why I brought him before the Justice Minister, too. I needed to buy as much time as I possibly could, baby. So that's it, eh? But there's one little unfortunate result of all this. Lynn completely misunderstood your intentions. What's a little misunderstanding? My baby will come around, give it time. When I do his voice, I only talk with the right side of my mouth. And after he's had so many fucking lines here, the right side of my mouth feels really weird. My mouth feels off. Ugh. But there are more important things to do with our time tonight. I feel like Stallone. Just like... Jeez, it really feels weird. Ugh. Alright, do I have to talk to you now? My reach is so terrible. Mr. Superintendent, do you mind if I talk to you for a minute?
I haven't always been a junkyard superintendent, you know. I used to be part of the police.
The police, huh?
Not as a detective, but as a medical examiner, I investigated victims' cause of death. 10 years ago, I was asked to autopsy a strange corpse. Hit by a meteorite fragment and died instantly. That's what the police report said. There were no signs of life. He was definitely dead. But I never filed an autopsy report. That's because the corpse suddenly vanished, leaving behind only one clue. An unusual corpse. Oh, that's just him saying. I thought, well, what was the clue? Could you tell me more? Yeah, sure. I have an interest in you recovering your memory and finding your true identity, too. That's the only way I can describe it, too. It was an unusual corpse. He was dead, all right, no question about that. But there wasn't a scratch on him. Not a scratch, but I thought he was hit by a meteorite fragment. I don't understand it any more than you do.
It gave him alien powers.
I was completely bewildered, but when I tried to autopsy him, I was even more puzzled. I couldn't perform the autopsy.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
The scalpel went in, but I couldn't cut.
That's why the bullet couldn't kill him.
As soon as I tried to make up an incision, it would heal up in the very next instant. And that's how it went, and no scarring or blood either. And I never had the chance to solve the mystery.
That's because the corpse up and vanished on us.
And the morgue is well guarded, and nobody could have stolen that body. But there is one way the corpse could have disappeared.
What's that? If it got up and walked away.
It got up, opened the door, and walked out on its own.
What?
He was dead, but he wasn't dead.
We saw it with our own eyes tonight. Not even that explosion could kill him. And he didn't even feel it when he slammed his fist on that stove. Or got shot. The corpse left behind... Oh, what the fuck?
The corpse left behind some data from some testing I did. I got some readings for some kind of radiation coming off that body.
Radiation?
I used all kinds of instruments, but I couldn't determine exactly what kind of radiation it was. Some undiscovered type from a world unknown.
Wait a minute, could it be?
That's right, it was coming from that meteorite fragment.
So, is that what he was saying? If we remove, is it stuck in his body, and if we remove it, that'll stop him? Could be.
I went to that park and tested the spot where the meteorite fell, and just as I expected, I detected radiation coming from that crater. It was the exact same pattern of radiation as that of the corpse.
So does he have ghost powers because of that? Then how do other people have ghost powers, like Missile? Maybe it's all related to that somehow. I don't know how that could be. Missile's not old enough for that, is he? Unless something weird, I don't know. Maybe it doesn't have to do with the ghost powers, maybe it only has to do with him being all, like, immortal and whatnot. Although, did he actually come back to life, or... Because, I mean... He doesn't seem to be a ghost. He can't be hurt. He's got his body. He's fine. So what's the big deal? Like, oh, you stole my life away, but you're fine. So, I guess he's just such a fucking idiot, and he's like, oh, everybody's to blame except me, that he needs his revenge.
I wanted to research it all in depth, so I quit my job as a police medical examiner. Several years later, I came to learn the connection between my research and the manipulator case, thanks to the arrival of this crazy character here.
Oh, stop now, Professor. Do you want me to see me blush?
It was about a year ago, I'd say. This man in white came dancing into my research lab here.
I heard there was an oddball here who's researching Timsic. Is that you, baby?
Who are you to be calling anybody an oddball?
I thought he was going to say baby. I was investigating the manipulator case then. And then I heard there was a man who'd quit the police force to study the meteorite. When I heard that, it was like a meteorite had struck me on the head. Is that fucking Phoenix Wright right there? Oh my god. At the time... I mean, I think we've seen that guy before, but he looks especially like him right there. We didn't know who he was yet, but we knew he was communicating with a certain foreign country. In one of those communications, we heard the manipulator say this: "The source of my power is not of this world." Yeah, like those guys, those cops we haven't seen in a while, or any more of the blue assassins. The game took a very different track, like Lynn dying every 2 seconds and the blue assassin guys, but now we're dealing with all this shit and it's gotten crazy and very interesting. The manipulator case and Timsic were somehow connected.
Which also explained how 5 years ago he used his powers to manipulate a birthday surprise a little girl made for her mother.
So you recreated it. I guess. So that contraption in the basement here, you built that to try and help Detective Jowd?
That's right. Jowd and I worked together back when I was with the Force. I used the reports of his case to try and recreate the device. And just one part of it that I couldn't reproduce no matter how hard I tried.
Camilla told Jowd it did something it shouldn't have, made an impossible move.
I added that part to the device I recreated. I put in a part that would allow Cupid to rotate, otherwise the gun wouldn't fire.
So that must mean somebody manipulated Camilla's contraption. As a result, we proved to ourselves that the manipulator actually existed. Hey, baby. Sorry about that phone call. I must have sounded like a real villain. Hated to spoil your image of me. Of that cool cat inspector you always looked up to. Is that really the image she had of him?
Inspector Cabanela, I'm sorry, I just heard. You were chasing after that man all this time to try and help Detective Jowd.
This manipulator is such a dangerous character. I was hoping you didn't have to be involved.
So that's why you had me arrested tonight, isn't it?
Like I always say, if somebody's in the way, throw him in the slammer.
Yikes.
Tonight, I really thought we finally had him. But my body gave out on me right at the critical moment. It's like a cruel joke. Everybody's here. But a joke is a joke, you might as well laugh. Jowd!
The minister called off the execution order. And while he was at it, he let Detective Jowd go free till tomorrow morning, too. That's a pretty extreme while he was at it.
Sorry it took so long to get here. You can leave the rest to me. There you go again, you've always been like that. You make everybody else run around and then you swoop in at the last second. Here's your gumshoe coat.
You left this coat with me just before you turned yourself in. I promise to give it back to you one day.
Goes really nice with those pants. That whole suit.
I've been waiting so long, Detective Jowd. Waiting for this day to come.
Thanks for not giving up on me, Lynn. Okay, I'm off then. Good luck, my old friend. This present you gave me, it's just what I needed. Thank you. Glad you like it.
Sissel, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
You and I have to go find that man. I need your help. Will you do this with me?
Sure, but how? We don't know where the submarine is and the phone line doesn't work.
They use communication cables to make their calls. We'll get you hooked up somehow, you'll see. Could you wait here until we do, please?
Okay, fine, I'm counting on you.
This true self you're looking for. I bet you'll find it soon. Alright, I'm leaving, Inspector Cabanela.
It's almost dawn. I'm not who I thought I was. I'm actually further from knowing who I am than ever. But now I don't feel so alone. Each one of us, for his or her own reasons, is looking for the truth. Together, I think we can shed light on these mysteries and drive away the darkness. But it's almost dawn. Well, shit. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.